In a shocking twist sending tremors across the nation, FBI Director Kash Patel has dropped a bombshell. The wave of arrests that rocked the basketball world last week is only the beginning. Patel, in an exclusive sit-down with Laura Ingraham, didn't just confirm the existence of a massive federal probe. He warned that more arrests are coming, and no one, not even the biggest stars, is beyond reach. According to Patel, the FBI's latest operations are part of a much broader investigation into organized crime, corruption, and what he calls a rot that's been festering inside American institutions for years. It all began with what many believed was a routine gambling investigation, until the names of NBA players and coaches surfaced. Federal agents launched two major undercover missions, Operation Nothing But Net and Operation Royal Flush. Their targets, a network of high-profile athletes, sports figures, and shadowy middlemen allegedly linked to illegal betting rings and mafia-run gambling operations. Over 30 suspects have already been arrested in a nationwide takedown. Among the names emerging in the investigation are NBA players Terry Rozier, Damon Jones, and Chauncey Billups, figures once celebrated for their on-court brilliance, now facing allegations of fraud, extortion, and ties to organized crime. Patel says the FBI's evidence includes wiretaps, informant testimony, and months of surveillance showing a pattern of game manipulation, money laundering, and insider betting. These individuals thought their fame made them untouchable. Patel declared firmly, "They were wrong. If you break the law, we're coming for you, whether you play in the NBA or coach in it." But what's even more explosive is Patel's claim that the scandal could reach far beyond basketball. According to Patel, the FBI uncovered deep links between the illegal gambling ring and La Cosa Nostra, the same organized crime network the Bureau has battled for decades. The suspect allegedly worked with New York crime families to fix games, intimidate players, and rig betting outcomes worth millions of dollars. "It's not just about athletes gambling," Patel explained. "We're talking about a sophisticated criminal enterprise, extortion, wire fraud, bribery, and corruption, all tied to some of the most powerful crime families in America." FBI agents reportedly seized millions in cash, luxury cars, offshore bank accounts, and digital ledgers showing large transactions between professional sports insiders and known mafia associates. Patel warned that the investigation is far from over and that more indictments are coming. Patel's comments come amid a wider crackdown on corruption, from organized crime to political figures accused of undermining law enforcement. In the same interview, Patel took aim at politicians like Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, accusing them of creating tools to track and endanger ICE agents for political gain. According to Patel, Lightfoot once launched an initiative called the ICE Accountability Project, designed to unmask immigration officers by collecting their photos, names, and physical data. Patel was blunt. "If you endanger a federal agent, you will be prosecuted. No one touches a cop on my watch." He added that the Trump administration, during which he served, made it a priority to remove any such databases and restore protection for federal law enforcement. "These political stunts don't just score points," Patel warned. "They put lives in danger, and this FBI won't tolerate it." Beyond the NBA and political arena, Patel painted a picture of an FBI on the offensive. He revealed that under his direction, the Bureau has arrested 28,000 violent felons this year alone, nearly double the number from last year. From Memphis to New York, FBI teams have been deployed to assist local law enforcement in tackling rising gang activity, drug smuggling, and human trafficking. Patel emphasized that the agency isn't just reacting, it's hunting down criminal networks proactively. "In 7 months, we've seized over 50,000 kilos of cocaine from trafficking routes in the Caribbean and the East Pacific," he said. "We're using military coordination, satellite tracking, and data analytics to dismantle these cartels from top to bottom." He explained that the Bureau's strategy is to reverse engineer the supply chain, identifying not just the couriers, but the financiers, bankers, and politicians who make the drug trade possible. Patel also turned his attention to domestic terrorism, confirming that the FBI is investigating funding channels behind Antifa and similar extremist groups. Using advanced financial tracking and warrant-based surveillance, agents are tracing money flow from activist networks to violent protest organizers. "We follow the money," Patel said sharply. "Anyone funding domestic terrorism will be prosecuted. Period." He labeled Antifa a domestic terror organization, citing an alarming 1,000% increase in threats against police and federal officers in recent years. These groups hide behind slogans, but their actions are violent and coordinated, he said. We're dismantling their infrastructure piece by piece. Following the announcement of the NBA arrests, sports commentator Stephen A. Smith suggested on his show that the FBI's operation might have been politically motivated, describing it as payback for the NBA's left-wing activism. Patel didn't hold back in his response. That's the single dumbest thing I've heard in modern history, he fired back. We don't arrest people because of their politics. We arrest them because they broke the law. Period. Patel made one thing clear. The investigation won't stop until every corrupt player, politician, and criminal financier is held accountable. This probe is bigger than basketball, he said. It's about restoring integrity to our institutions. Whether it's athletes fixing games, politicians targeting law enforcement, or activists funding domestic terror, it all falls under one principle. No one is above the law. When asked if he expects more high-profile names to be exposed, Patel smiled subtly. Let's just say this. What you've seen so far is only the start. That cryptic statement has fueled speculation that more arrests could be imminent, possibly involving other major sports leagues or entertainment figures connected to the illegal betting networks. Since the announcement, social media has erupted with theories, memes, and heated debates. Some fans are demanding transparency, calling for the NBA to suspend any players under investigation. Others accuse the FBI of targeting the league unfairly. Meanwhile, betting companies are scrambling to distance themselves from the scandal, tightening their rules and freezing suspicious accounts. Political commentators have also jumped in, some praising Patel's no-nonsense leadership, others warning that his rhetoric could deepen America's political divides. But despite the noise, Patel seems undeterred. We don't work for politicians, we work for the American people, he said. If you didn't do anything illegal, you have nothing to worry about. But if you did, we're coming. Sources close to the FBI confirmed that the agency is analyzing hundreds of hours of digital evidence, including text messages, encrypted chats, and offshore transfers connected to professional sports figures. Several insiders have reportedly turned informant, offering to cooperate in exchange for reduced sentences. This is how we take down entire networks, Patel explained. We start at the surface and dig deeper until we reach the roots. He hinted that additional indictments could involve sports agents, financial advisors, and corporate sponsors who knowingly facilitated the laundering of gambling proceeds. As the investigation expands, the stakes couldn't be higher. For Patel, it's about restoring faith in justice and reminding Americans that no one, not celebrities, not politicians, not billionaires, is above the law. For the public, it's a front-row seat to one of the biggest federal crackdowns in years, a story that merges crime, power, politics, and fame in one explosive saga. And for those still hiding behind their influence, Patel's message couldn't be clearer. You can run, but you can't hide. The era of immunity is over. As the dust settles from this first wave of arrests, one thing is certain. This story is far from over. The basketball arrest may have been the spark, but Patel's words suggest a storm is still brewing. In his own words, this is a massive probe, and we're only at the beginning. The next chapter will be even bigger. And with that, the question remains, who's next?